And our seated at the table is Karen Harper Royal. She will be followed by Victor Gibson.
Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me to speak before you today. I am a public school parent in New Orleans. I also work with public school parents in New Orleans. Most of the parents I work with, their children have disabilities, and I help them navigate through the public school system. I have 2 sons who have gone through the public school system. My second son is now a senior at a charter school in New Orleans, and he's been at this same school since before it was a charter. So over the last 21 years, I've had a chance to see our school system change drastically. As a student myself, I and my siblings went through the school system. It worked well for me and my sister, not so much for our brothers. And our brothers continue to struggle. So when my first son attended school in New Orleans 21 years ago, I ended up quitting my job when he was in kindergarten because school wasn't working for him, and I did not want to see a pattern repeat in our family. Over these years, I have seen so many changes that were designed to help children just like my brothers, but in the last 8 years since Hurricane Katrina, the Recovery School District, which was similar to your EAA, really has trapped children in a failing school system. I see this with the parents that I work with who are desperately trying to get their children out of the Recovery School District. Some of the problems, especially those children with disabilities are facing, is that they have become a liability to a school district where competition for students is so important. And I'm going to leave with you this Access Denied booklet, which the Southern Poverty Law Center presented a report on how some of the children in our city are being shuffled around and not really served with little state oversight. If you're going to have an EAA, oversight is paramount, but what we see is that because there is a state interest in perpetuating chartering of schools, there's really no incentive to make the schools in the Recovery School District successful, because an unsuccessful school becomes justification for handing it over to a charter operator. There are some charters that seem to operate fine, some that don't, but many of them depend on certain types of students. So and as Dr. Schneider said, you can't really trust the data coming out of Louisiana because it's been manipulated in so many ways. Parents are facing schools that are closing and their kids are moved to other schools in the Recovery School District, only to find that that school is going to be closed a year or 2 later. If you're into creating an EAA so that you can help the most challenged children, understand following the New Orleans model will not get you there. Don't let it take 8 years like we are seeing in New Orleans to see that you followed a failed model. The very first school that was placed into the Recovery School District in 2003 was Capdo Charter School. Today, Capdo Charter School, 10 years later, is an F-rated school. Sorry, my time's up. I could tell you so much more, but I will leave this document with you. And if anybody I left my contact information on the card. I would be happy to share more information with you. Thank you.
Thank you.